What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Nostedslife. I'm Saf, aka Strong as F. Last week I took on the 7-day water fast challenge for charity. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and join Nosteds Nation, where we lift heavy and eat heavier. So 7-day water fasting, what is it exactly? It's exactly what it says in the title. 7 days without no food, just water and electrolytes. Why was I doing this? Simple. To raise money with the help of all you guys for the people who really need it. My mum's heading out to Bangladesh soon to help people rebuild their homes, support orphan children, and I wanted to do something to help make that difference. And with everyone's donations, we should be able to do exactly that. So 7-day water fasting, no food, no supplements, just water, work and willpower. I did it to help discipline myself also, mentally, physically. Strength's not just about going to the gym and lifting heavy weights. It's about having that mental strength to push through these challenges. On this channel, I aim to do more challenges like this. Not only just go to the gym, lift heavy, and go to different restaurants, eat loads, just to show you guys what Nostedslife is about. So during this video, I'll try and break down day by day how it made my body, mind feel throughout the 7 days of water fasting. I'll try and give you a bit more of an insight on what it does to you, and hopefully at the end of the video, some of you viewers can go away and try it for yourself, because it is really beneficial for the body. You'll understand exactly what's going on inside you, from the initial hunger phase to the cellular regeneration that kicks in mid-fast, and why adding electrolytes at the right time is crucial. So stay tuned. So there is a proper way to start a 7-day water fast, but this is Nostedslife and we just jump in the deep end however we want. But as this is for all you viewers out there, I will teach you the right way and then the Nostedslife way. But yeah, the right way is to reduce your meal sizes gradually, coming up to the day that you actually start the fast. So start cutting out refined carbs, sugars, fried foods, start eating whole foods, light whole foods, fruit, veg, lean proteins, soups, bone broths, and make sure you're hydrating well, at least 2 to 3 liters a day. Add small pinches of salt to your water, or get some electrolyte mixes like the ones I'm sharing on the screen now. The best electrolytes to use when fasting is the bulk of unflavored one, which should pop up on the screen right about now. But yeah, when you're fasting, no caffeine, there's no coffee, it's not no intermittent fasting, it's just pure water, and then slowly you introduce electrolytes midway through the fast. So I would definitely start reducing your caffeine intake, start reducing your coffee cups that you have a day, and just prepare yourself properly. Don't start the fast with a massive meal. Smash out as much food as you can, thinking that's going to help you throughout the fast. It's actually going to do the opposite and intensify the headaches that you have in the early days. So yeah, prepare properly, start reducing your meals, cut out refined carbs and sugars, and start eating light whole foods and hydrate well. Yeah, so I kicked off my fast with some bone broth made from beef bones, oxtail, and some bone marrow. But let me give you an overview of the 7-day water fast and the different stages. I will go into these stages in a bit more detail throughout the video, but the 3 main stages are glycogen depletion, ketosis and autophagy, and deep repair and stem cell renewal. Your body does something medicine can't. It starts destroying damaged cells and rebuilding itself from the inside out. That's why water fasting is very beneficial to your body. And I urge all of you viewers to try it at least once in your life so you can see the benefits for yourself. This isn't starvation, it's self-healing built into your biology. You're not starving yourself, you're reprogramming your body to survive, repair, and thrive. I've always found fasting easy from a young age. I participated in Ramadan from a very, very young age, from the age of 7, albeit them early days, just before fast used to break, like many of you Muslims out there can relate. I used to sneak into the kitchen and have a quick chicken wing when no one's looking, thinking my fast is still going to count. But yeah, real talk, I started properly fasting from the age of about 10, and I kept all my fasts since then, probably broke 2 throughout the last 20 years. But yeah, because I found fasting so easy, I thought I need to challenge myself and carry on going to the gym, carry on with my normal exercises throughout the week. So that's what I'll go into throughout this video. Even though I found fasting easy, my mate that told me about this made out that it's really difficult. So I started getting a bit more skeptical, started looking to AI for some answers, as you do. And typical AI started telling me how dangerous it was, how I could kill myself, how I need to go and consult medical advice from medical professionals. But let's be honest, doctors ain't the same anymore. And that's no offense. I've got a lot of friends that are doctors and I was going to go down that career path myself. But even in my own profession as a civil engineer, I feel people rely on what they've been told or what's been written in a textbook instead of trying things out themselves. It's just like, it says this, so this is going to happen. But they don't go and try it themselves. So yeah, as I go into the benefits of this water fast and how it made me feel, hopefully that will encourage some of you guys to go out there and try it yourself. Day 1, started the fast, Friday 31st of October at 6:30 p.m. 7 p.m. I was at 𝗧𝗵𝗿𝗀𝗍 doing a Thai boxing session. Nothing too strenuous, but the warm-up was quite a bit. It was about 20 minutes long, a lot of cardio, a lot of burpees, frog jumps, lunges, bunny hops. So thankfully that made me quite thirsty and I started the fast with a good amount of water. Must have drank about 1 litre after the session. Got home, showered up, got ready for my night shift, which started at around 9 p.m. And that followed on into a light gym session straight after the night shift in the early hours of the morning. Again, this gym session, it wasn't anything strenuous. Started off with some light cardio on the bike, got about 5-6 miles, and then just went into the studio where I did some sit-ups, around 500 sit-ups, and some light stretching out my legs, arms, back, lower back, etc. Ready for the fast and ready for day 2. Day 2 of the fast, Saturday, woke up, took the kids to town, German markets were on, tried to get as many steps in as I could, did around 15,000 steps throughout the whole day. It's quite difficult carrying the kids on my shoulders through the crowd as they got tired throughout the day. Watching them eat was quite difficult as well. But I tried to stay on top of the water, tried to drink as much water as I could throughout the day, knowing that I'm going to be in the gym later on that day. So again, after the night shift, headed off to the gym where I trained legs. So after warming up, started doing some of the leg machines, hack squats, leg press. As you can see, kind of did a bit of a pyramid, kind of a pyramid. 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plates, 4 plates, then done some working sets on 4 plates. I tried to do 3 sets of 10 reps on each exercise, going up like this. And after finishing legs, did a couple of sets on arms, as I do with every every body part that I train, I always try and finish with a couple of exercises on arms, just to keep the pump in the arms and get the blood flowing to the arms. So just on the 2 days, because now we're going into 24 hours to 48 hours. In the initial 24 hours, you're supposed to get slight headaches, you're supposed to get some anxious feelings, start feeling lethargic, bit drained, bit of dizziness, and you're supposed to get hunger waves every few hours. Honestly, I didn't feel any of that. Maybe because I've got a lot of stored body fat. Maybe because I'm just so used to fasting. But what's actually happening to your body in them first 24 hours is it starts burning through your stored glycogen. So your carbs in your liver and your muscles, your blood sugar drops slightly, insulin levels fall, the body begins preparing to shift to fat burning ketosis. So your hunger hormone spikes, you feel hungry and irritable, and you start burning stored fat. As you go into day 2, your glycogen's almost finished. So your glycogen levels have depleted, and now your body starts breaking down all that stored fat for fuel. So the liver converts fat into ketones as an energy source for the brain. You're supposed to start feeling less hungry after 24 hours. And to be honest, as the time went on, 48 hours to 72 hours, that's when I had a little spike of hunger. But yeah, they say your breath should start to smell fruity from the ketones, your urine output increases. But to be fair, everything was the same for me. I did start feeling after the full 48 hours, I started feeling like a little slimy texture inside my mouth. And that is just all the mucus trying to get out of your body. You do start to look a bit more tired after 48 hours or leading up to 48 hours, and you're meant to start getting a bit more irritable and things start to get to you a bit more. But again, I didn't feel any of this. Okay, so back to my fast. Day 3, that's 48 hours to 72 hours. And it was Sunday rest day. I tried to catch up on sleep, but that didn't work. Dad life, lots of errands, shopping, etc. Getting the kids ready for school on Monday. What actually happens 3 days into the water fast is full ketosis and mental clarity, they say. So you should now be into deep ketosis. Your brain runs on ketones instead of glucose. Autophagy, which basically means self-eating, ramps up. Your body starts to identify old toxic and even precancerous cells and starts breaking them down, recycling these damaged cells, proteins, and using their waste as raw material to produce new healthy cells. Your body basically shifts from survival mode to rebuild mode. Your growth hormone rises up to 5 times more than its normal levels to preserve muscle tissue and to protect your brain. Physically, your energy levels should stabilize at this stage. After 3 days, your hunger should start reducing, and your breath, sweat, urine should start to smell stronger. Other than the urine, I didn't see the difference with the other two. Your mood, you're supposed to become a bit calmer, but I'll be honest, yeah, I'm normally calm most times. I didn't really see much change in my moods. I did start to feel a bit slower mentally, bit of brain fog, bit more thinking before I'm speaking, which is something I should do anyway, but I don't. And your dopamine levels should start stabilizing, so you should get fewer emotional mood swings, which I didn't get anyway, to be fair. definitely recommend implementing rest days throughout your 7-day fast. Like I said, because I find fasting easy, I thought I might as well push myself a bit more, especially as it's for charity and people have kindly donated. I thought I'd give them something to follow. Day 4, 72 to 96 hours. Started having electrolytes, trained back, used all the pull down attachments, and did basically 3 sets of 10 reps on each attachment. So that's 4 attachments, that's 12 sets on a modest weight, nothing too heavy. Then moved on to the machines and did the same, 3 sets, 10 reps on each one, with some row work and arms at the end of the session as usual. But how was I feeling on day 4 now that I was allowed to have electrolytes? Well, I was feeling pretty much the same. The electrolytes, they're no calorie, no additives or preservatives, but they do come flavoured, so it was nice having some sort of flavour to taste with the water. I couldn't recommend the ones that I had, they're on the screen now, enough, as they are not overpowering and mix easily in water. But I would say though, is it's around this time when you go to the toilet. When I did a 72-hour fast last month as a warm-up, because I didn't want to ruin this one as it was for charity, it happened at around 68-hour mark, but this time it was around 80 hours in. And basically you go to the toilet for number 1. And as weird and disgusting as it sounds, it's a topic I have to go into. So the viewers that are not interested in hearing about my just skip the next 2-3 minutes. But basically it comes out half liquid, half not, and it's very pungent and potent. And I'm told this is the old undigested material and bile that your body is clearing out. It can smell stronger or look darker because your liver is excreting bile acids, dead cells and oxidized fat. But yeah, it's nice to get rid of, but not very pleasant for your sense of smell. It's basically a clean out period. One of the major benefits of fasting. Your liver and kidneys finally get time to flush built up waste. Your gut resets, harmful bacteria starve off, and mucus build up sheds. That's why you get that sticky feeling on your teeth, in your mouth. You can call this the dirty face around day 3 to 4. Literally your body's house cleaning process. Therefore, I encourage you to drink as much water as you can to flush out as much of it as you can. The more you drink, the more you're likely to flush out. In terms of the fast itself, at this stage, your body goes through cellular repair and regeneration. So what actually happens is the autophagy peaks, your body aggressively starts clearing damaged cells, misfolded proteins and old mitochondria. Inflammation drops significantly, helping skin, joints and autoimmune issues like psoriasis. Stem cells begin reactivating in bone marrow, gut lining and immune system. Immune cells reset, old ones die, new ones form. Physically, you feel a bit more focused. You might get a bit of brain fog, but you'll feel a bit more energetic. You'll get muscle weakness, possibly spasms and some cramp, slower movement. You'll feel calm and reflective. You kind of go into a meditative state, but you're just calmer, more relaxed. But that could be due to the brain fog and just not bothering with certain things. And I did feel this, to be fair. I did feel a bit calmer and relaxed and not bothered with certain things that would normally bother me. Didn't bother me as much. But me being me, I still got road rage when I was driving because people around Birmingham cannot drive. Day 5, 96 to 120 hours. So during day 5, I did some chest training. some cardio, abs, tried to do some Thai boxing working on high kicks, both left and right, done some skipping, and went on a light jog, which obviously I couldn't record without looking like a weirdo, so I ain't sharing that footage. But I did go paddle in the night still. Paddle's quite good for burning calories. It's a mixture of tennis and squash. If you ain't played it, I recommend it highly. I was feeling very energetic, but I did have a lot of brain fog throughout the day, and I got quickly irritated with dumb stuff, especially in work meetings where things would just repeat themselves in different ways with different narrators. Even though I was drinking loads of water, my urine would still sometimes come out surprisingly dark, but other than that, it would come out clear and white. And surprisingly, I was releasing gas out of nowhere. Yeah, so random odorless farts here and there. Don't know where that was coming from. I'm guessing the body was just trying to push out as much toxins as it could. But how it's supposed to make you feel after day 5 or during day 5, in which they call the regeneration mode, what happens is deep fat metabolism continues, fat cells release stored toxins, stem cell reproduction continues, especially in the intestine and immune stem cells. Serotonin and endorphins rise. Your mood's meant to improve, your alertness is meant to improve, but that didn't happen to me. Although my mood's always high and I'm always happy, what I tried to be, I didn't feel as alert. I felt a bit more fatigued, to be fair, and a bit more brain fog and quite easily irritated. Your psoriasis or other autoimmune skin inflammation diseases are meant to have visually improved due to lowered systematic inflammation, but as someone who suffers with psoriasis, I didn't really see any difference in this. But this could be due to me having flare-ups anyway, triggering from other stresses, let's say. And physically, your body odor is meant to change. Again, didn't feel any changes in body odor or didn't smell any changes in body odor. Sleep's meant to deepen, but as you know, I suffer with insomnia, so there was no sleeping happening, so I can't give you any comments on that. But that's quite a good benefit to have if you have deeper sleep. And your mood is meant to, you're just meant to be really happy, like someone who's just smoked a joint of cannabis. You're meant to be joyful, happy, high motivation, high sense of contentment after day 5. Day 6, 120 to 144 hours. I hit a triple gym session as my energy levels were very high during day 6. So I did some Thai boxing, did some cardio and abs. And then for the 3rd session, I did back again. I felt so energetic on day 6, possibly because I could sense the finish line there. But even still, I could feel like I could carry on fasting for another week. It just felt easy. You can see from my daily updates that I did for Instagram and the other social media platforms that, yeah, I just started finding it easy at this stage. I felt I could go on. The slimy texture was still in my mouth. And I was just more relaxed. I still had the insomnia, so I didn't get much sleep, but I had high levels of energy, and I don't know where that was coming from. What's supposed to happen during day 6 is the stability and renewal, going into the peak autophagy and regenerative stage. So your body starts to feel lighter and cleaner internally. Your skin's meant to have improved. Your skin's meant to be looking clearer. Autoimmune diseases like psoriasis, your patches, your scalings, your metabolism has fully adapted to ketosis, basically. Your brain derived neurotrophic factor, what they call BDNF, rises, supporting brain repair and focus. Gut microbe resets, harmful bacteria die off. Your immune system is meant to have fully rebooted. New white blood cells are forming. So yeah, with all these benefits, your mood's supposed to become better. You're supposed to feel happier, more relaxed, in a more meditative state. Your stem cell activity reaches its peak, rejuvenating tissues in the gut, muscles, and immune system. Your body starts to conserve its energy, focusing on repair, not activity. Ketones are at the highest level, and you're mentally calm, and your self-awareness is high, and your body's just happy, your brain's happy, you feel happy. And I'll be honest, I did feel happy, because like I said, you can sense the finish line there. As I was doing it for charity, I felt proud of myself that I managed to complete this charity challenge. And yeah, you're just getting to I think there was a bit of excitement there for me that I'm gonna be able to start eating soon. Or be starting off with light meals and then going into actual food. So day 7, after I've finished the water fast, is important that I open the fast the right way. Now, 7 days without food, you can imagine your stomach acid and digestive enzymes have basically been asleep. So you need to wake them up slowly, because your gut lining is sensitive. Your stomach lining is so sensitive. So the best way to do this is to have bone broth in liquid warm form, as it's packed with amino acids like glycine and glutamine that stimulate digestion without shocking the gut, and it'll stop you from going into refeeding syndrome, which is quite dangerous. But you're easing your system back online basically after a long water fast. I got a bit carried away. You can see that from on my socials. I shouldn't have done that really, but I was just excited, let's say. But yeah, you're basically trying to rebalance your electrolytes. So carry on drinking your electrolyte water, have a bone broth, and then start having some light fruit. Nothing acidic, no oranges, lemons, pineapples, etc. Try and have things like watermelon, papaya, honey melon, normal melon, just light fruits, and try and dilute them with water, which would be even better. Space out these meals, and then after about 4 to 6 hours, you should have your first proper meal. I kind of had it an hour after, which I shouldn't have done. But yeah, that meal, you want it to be high protein, high fats, healthy fats, something like steak and eggs. Not too much, because obviously it's heavy on digestion. So yeah, have some steak and eggs, and then the next day, same again, have some broth and have some light protein, chicken, little bit of rice or quinoa if you want. Try not to have too much starch, too much carbs. And then slowly, after midway through day 2 into day 3, you can start eating normally again. And that will basically help prevent bloating, discomfort, that dumping effect, where you just, what would happen if you go into straight heavy foods, where you'd start feeling lethargic and bloated. As many of you observe Ramadan are familiar with this after iftar, when you've just ate loads of fried samosas, pakoras, etc. But yeah, you want to avoid that, and you want to slowly open your fast. But yeah, if you've got any questions or you need help, if you want to try this yourself, reach out to me, drop a comment, and I'll try and respond to everyone, because this is very beneficial for your body, and I do recommend that everyone tries it. A little bonus to the video, I've not always just gymmed. Obviously, I've taken part in lots of other activities such as MMA, Thai boxing, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, take part in loads of sports. Like I said, play paddle, used to play football quite regularly, still do sometimes, not as regularly as before because of the injuries that come with it. But I've started running here and there. I've always loved sprinting, so I do carry out sprints and implement sprints within my workouts. But I thought, since I've lost 6.8 kg throughout this 7-day water fast, why not try a park run, as it was Saturday the next day. So tried the park run and I managed to get a PB. So yeah, just another benefit of water fasting. So guys, yeah, that was just a quick run through of the 7-day water fast that I did for charity. There's a lot more information that I could have included, but probably wouldn't be for everyone. But if you want to know things in more detail, you want to know the difference between a 3-day one, 5-day one, 7-day one, just reach out to me through the comments, or drop me a message, or reach out to me on one of my socials, and I'll try and help you through your water fast best as I can. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please do like, share and subscribe. New video will be out hopefully next week. I will try and do these weekly, set myself different challenges, or put on some gym videos of how I train, because as the title suggests, I've never taken steroids in my life. I always get accused of being a 𝗧𝗿𝗏. So I just want to show to the audience out there that you can be big like a 𝗧𝗏𝗏 without taking steroids. And I'm not like these people that call themselves lifetime natural and they've taken a course somewhere along the line. I've never taken steroids, don't have medicine, try and cure everything naturally. So even with my psoriasis, I don't take steroid creams or anything. Right now I'm going through a bad patch. I've got quite a lot of flare-ups, but this could be triggered from other stresses. Like I said, there's some other projects that are ongoing in my life that's probably stressing me out a bit, that's causing these flare-ups. And generally in winter I tend to get worse flare-ups anyway, because there's less vitamin D and I haven't been able to travel this part of the year, to be fair, as I did manage to get 3 holidays in at the start of the year up to August. But yeah, the psoriasis flare-ups could be due to something else. And like I said, if you follow this channel, you'll get lots of natural healing advice, let's say. So yeah, please make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Join Nosteds Nation.